guys, Captain Foley back once again for another Eaglemoss review, and today we're going to be looking at one of my favorites, but one that some people might not have seen, other people may have seen and forgotten about, and yeah, so let's just get into it. This one I didn't get a magazine for, which is fine I guess, but today we're going to be looking at the Voyager concept done by Rick Sternbach. This was an early take on Voyager. There was a few iterations that it went through. This is one of my favorites. It's not my most favorite one, but we'll talk about that in just a second. So we're just going to look at it here and see what we can see. So we pull it out. It is quite small. It is quite teeny tiny, but here's one of the early versions of Voyager. With the low slung nacelles and quite long, really nice look. It's not the best from every angle, but it is a cool looking design. There's actually one that I prefer a little bit better than this. Like I said, Rick Sternbach did quite a few designs for Voyager before finally using the Intrepid class that they did use. This one is one of the favorites, of course, but there's one that actually has like a fin on the top and bottom. That was my favorite one. This one is very similar, just without the fin. So let's go and take a look at this real quick. On the bottom we've got the Delta, or not the Delta Flyer, the Aero Shuttle, quite prominent on the lower part of this primary hull there. And Rick's, of course, attention to detail and his design style really shows through in this. Even the drawings that he did early on were fantastic. His design style with this arrowhead type design for a lot of his ships, the Equinox, the Voyager, the Concept, the Dauntless, the Prometheus, a whole bunch of, you know, shovel or arrowhead designs, which kind of, a lot of people don't like them, but a lot of people really love them. I'm kind of on the fence. This one's a little too harsh. I'm glad they rounded out Voyager a little bit more for the final version. But it's really cool to see that kind of, you know, looks fast, standing still look. So this has a large secondary hull, I think a little bit larger than Voyager's, and the nacelles are definitely longer and very interesting design. They look almost upside down, but very cool nonetheless. The back, the dorsal spine along the secondary hull looks a lot like a runabout, kind of that visual style. And Rick did the runabouts as well, so I don't know which elements came first and which he incorporated into whatever, but so you should be aware of that at least. On the bottom it's got some great details. Lots of little greeblies and, you know, red accents, pinstriping, things like that. Also some different colored panels, some light blue or robin's egg blue as you'd call them. The RCS thrusters on this are interesting. They're almost red, like a dark burnt red or orange color. So I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's a mistake, if that's how they're supposed to be, I don't know. You got Voyager's very similar styled deflector array there with the photon torpedoes just above it on each side. And these nacelles, like I said, they're almost feel upside down. They look kind of like the Enterprise C nacelles, a little bit just altered somewhat, but they are on like that, which is interesting. Now these ones didn't have the articulating nacelle pylons, so it could only really stay in this configuration, which was neat. It almost feels like they should be up, but then it would be too similar to an Enterprise design, so that's why I think the mandate was that they look different and be either down or straight out. These straight out would be better in my opinion. The downward slope is kind of odd, even if it's just a slight slope instead of that like 90-degree bend in the strut, I think would also be a cool look going downwards. But a cool profile, neat little ship. I really wish this had the sail fin at the top and the bottom. Like I said, that's one of my favorite concept designs. And I do like the idea that Eaglemoss is doing concept designs now. This was something that I had kind of said they should do a while ago, like John Eve's unused Kobayashi Maru design, or there's a whole bunch of different ones that were unused that were very cool. I'd like to see those be made into Eaglemoss ships. And it would be cool if instead of the final look, you had the option, or maybe you got two versions of it, one with the finalized hull plating and all that, and one in a concept stage where it's either got like yellow and black markings like it's a wind test or warp field stress test model or something like that, or even with John Eves, he does a lot of his work in blue, like a blue drafting pen or whatever. It'd be cool to get one that's all white but with blue drafting marks on it, and not like sharp lines like the doodle or the concept. That'd be kind of neat to see. I don't know if you guys would want to see that. Let me know in the comments down below if that's something you'd want Eaglemoss to do. But I think it'd be a great idea. Have like a concept for storyboard or concept series of ships where it's just not the final version that's being made, but something that was drawn up and almost made it to the final stage. This one was one of the ones that almost made this to screen. They had a little miniature built of it as well. There's many pictures of that, and it's something we could have seen on screen, and it still could be seen on screen should they do another like battle from that era. I mean, this is a ship that could be in the background or something. I think it's neat. So anyway, I think I've rattled on long enough. There's a lot of cool details here, cool phaser strips and good markings. Just a neat design overall. Bigger shuttle bay. I do prefer the Intrepid we got better than this, but like I said, had this one been the one with the solar fins or whatever you want to call them on there, I would have really preferred that one. That one has a very cool looking profile. It's very dynamic and very interesting to look at, so I would have almost preferred that. Shame I didn't get the magazine for this. If I did, I've misplaced it already, and that's my bad, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get one for this one. As is the case sometimes with the stuff from Eaglemoss that I get. I don't get the books with them, which is a shame. So, but anyway, there you go. That's the concept, Rick Sternbach concept Voyager. We're just going to take it over to the table now, as we always do, and put it on the stand, see how well the stand fits and how it looks on the stand, and just give this video a wrap up. Should you guys be interested in this, feel free to click the link down in the description below. Head on over to the Eaglemoss site. Scoop this up, scoop up some other ones, and if you want to save yourself some money on checkout, by all means use the discount code Trekyards, all one word, and you'll save yourself some money, and that helps you out. It also helps out us here at the channel. So thank you very much for watching. We're just going to head on over to the stand now and see how it looks. Alright guys, so here she is on the stand. It does slot in very nicely at those nacelles, the struts there. They do slot in rather securely. And it's a good design stand. Like I said, a lot of the Eaglemoss stands are really well done. Some kind of miss the mark a little bit and are a little bit sloppy. This one is pretty good though. Let's take a look at some of those details. Here you can see the similarities between the runabout and what we finally got here. So, neat little ship. I love the concept idea. I think that's something that they should run with and have a lot of possibilities with. There's definitely a lot of designs that almost made it to final, which I would like to see ships of, because we're ship guys and I just geek out over this kind of stuff. I'm sure you guys do too. So, so let's see, as we do, if you set it on a lower shelf, it does have quite an upward angle on that stand, which bugs me with a lot of ships. This is one that it kind of bugs me with for a little bit, but not too bad. But if it's on a lower shelf, you get some good views of it. Now if you put it on an eye level shelf, there's that really pronounced upward angle which bugs me. And you know, from the side there's not much there. It looks like just a stand holding nothing almost, because it is such a slim ship. but if you have it facing away from you or just on a little bit of an angle or coming at you, you can see a little bit more of the ship and get the sense of dimensionality. And if we go down low, because we're putting this on a high shelf now, this is where it really looks good to me. Something like that really looks good. Again, angle it different ways, but if you have it sticking out like that on an upper shelf, that looks really good. And it does look fast. Just sitting still, looks like it's just going to warp, and it's elongating just before the actual snap into warp. So again, kudos to Rick Sternbach on this design. We have done Trekyards episodes on these designs with Rick himself talking about the design, so if you're interested in those, check out those on Trekyards. Just type in Trekyards Rick Sternbach Concept Voyager. You'll be able to find the video that way. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this look at this Voyager concept. What almost was and what could have been, I guess. And like I said, guys, if you're interested in picking one up, click the link in the description below. Head on over to the Eaglemoss site and do some shopping. They got some really cool stuff. And if you want to save some money, just use the discount code Trekyards at checkout, and that'll help you guys out. So now keep in mind, not everything is discounted with that code. A lot of the XL ships and a few special ships aren't. This one I believe will be, because it's just one of the regular small Eaglemoss ships, so definitely check it out. And if you're interested in this design, scoop one up. I was really impressed when I saw this. Like I said, it's a shame they don't have the one with the fin yet. Maybe that's still coming, because that one was almost finalized as well. But anyway, they're not going to cater to me and what I want, but that was my favorite one. So anyway, so as always, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Be sure to click that like button and subscribe to both this channel and the Captain Foley channel. And don't forget to check out other Eaglemoss reviews and all the cool stuff we do here at Trekyards. Like I said, you can check out Rick Sternbach's thoughts on this design and the story behind it. So, alright guys, I will talk to you soon. Until next time, bye-bye.